Welcome back, everyone, to Parx Racing for Let's Go Racing. Time to welcome in our special guest this week, and it is our new Director of Racing here at Parx. We welcome Dave Osojnak. And Dave, welcome here to Parx. Welcome to the show, and welcome to the family.
Thank you very much, Keith. I appreciate that.
They call you Dave O, and that certainly sounds good to me. Dave, can you briefly take us down the path that brought you here to Parx?
Sure. Growing up, my dad took me to the racetrack once, and I fell in love with thoroughbred racing. And that was many years ago, maybe 35 years ago. And since then, I've progressed from a fan to a part-time owner with a West Point thoroughbred horse. And then about 10 years ago, I decided to make a career change and went to the University of Arizona racetrack industry program and got in a field I loved, to pursue a career.
Now, you come to us from Saratoga. You were an assistant up at Saratoga with Mike Lakehow. And Dave, as you look forward to 2019, have you set any personal goals for what you'd like to accomplish over the next year?
Right now, learning all the trainers' names and faces on the backstretch now. I get everyone's names wrong, but just trying to. I'm going to assess what goes on here at Parx, and then assess it, and then try to come up with a game plan on how to tweak things to make things work better or more efficiently. And it's I've only been here 3 weeks now, so I have maybe have me on in about a year, and I could tell you what I've done.
Dave, you got your day-to-day racing, you got condition books you have to write, but we also have a huge month here in September. I know you know what's gone on here the last few years with the Cotillion and the PA Derby, 2 Grade 1s.
Yes.
From afar, what have you seen at the Parx program in September?
The Parx program, you have those 2 big Grade 1 races, exciting races, and draws a lot of support from the horsemen. And I haven't looked at the handle numbers, but I assume that they would be great numbers too. Those are the kind of days that racing has gone to, big event days, and big event days kind of bring people to the track. And people that, consider themselves horse racing fans, their first experience is coming to the live product and seeing the horses, the beauty of the horses. And I think that's key to bringing fans back into the sport.
And you obviously develop relationships at Saratoga with the kinds of trainers that will be bringing horses here. How helpful will that be?
Yeah, I think it will be helpful. I have, I could work with anyone. I have good working relationships with many of those trainers, the big time trainers, and even the little guys. That's kind of the guy I am. I treat everyone the same, be you a trainer with 2 $5,000 claimers or the #1 guy in the country. I look at everyone the same.
Dave, as Dick talked about the relationships that you have in New York, and he talked about helping out on the big days, but what are the chances that some of those relationships can help us on a daily and a weekly and a monthly basis here?
I've reached out to people in New York already. We just did our stall application for this winter meet, and I've reached out to people. Chris Engelhart, I spoke with him. He's bringing in 21 fresh horses, down from Finger Lakes and possibly New York that are coming down here. We just have limited stalls, but I spoke to someone today about bringing some more horses in. We have a limited amount of stalls, but down the road, I think, maybe get my boss to build a couple more barns, and we'll be okay.
Well, Dave, welcome aboard. It's a pleasure to meet you, and you said have you on again in maybe a year or so, but maybe we'll even bait that. Maybe we'll see how we can get you on a couple of months later, see how things are going. But thank you for your time, and best of luck, and great to have you aboard.